sometimes it happens. So those things were kind of tucked away in my mind, but it really unfolded naturally for me. I had one day a week that I was able to go to my healing practice at the time. It was just a Reiki healing practice, and the center where I held that or offered that, the owner, she's a shaman, and she had an introduction to shamanism on that very day that I had to go out, and I just thought, I'm really kind of interested in this. And we'd had a little bit of an interaction before. I had been designing her website, and I had a couple of things just pop into my mind as far as some of these experiences growing up and into adulthood, and I just thought, I wonder if she knows what this means. And sure enough, she did, and so it piqued my interest. My interest was already curious about it. So when this introduction happened, and it just lined up with the day that I had, then I went, and then from then on, she ended up offering what turned into a 3-year apprenticeship, and again, the timing just was perfect. And as I began, and this often happens, the non-supportive things in my life started really crumbling away, and I went into full survival crisis mode for many years. And as I was living that, and the apprenticeship was supporting me through it, and everything that I learned, everything, it just had such perfect timing. It's like, this is what I need to get through my next week even, and so I really was sort of, I don't want to say forced, but it was definitely like, if you're going to survive this, you have to know this, and you have to apply it to your life immediately to your fullest ability. And so it did. This crisis as well as my spiritual path were really entwined, and it's I say that it's why I survived it. Who knows? I mean, I'm sure I wouldn't be dead, but I'd definitely not be a thriving person without it. I would have really suffered a lot more.
So you had support, though. You had did you have a mentor or a group?
Yeah. I had my shamanic teacher, and there was, I think, 13 of us. So I had the group support right at the time that I needed it, plus all the individual, work in between, right? All this self-development and everything. And it turned out, as part of that was also practitioner skills. And so, after the apprenticeship, I think I started offering some gatherings and things because I wanted it. I wanted to continue the community, and and then I studied a bit with Sandra Ingerman, the shamanic teacher training, and that was more around groups and communities, and how to sort of really bring it to meet anybody where they're at. So whether it's different faiths or whether it's different experience levels, and really being able to make a cohesive, whether it's a ceremony or a program or whatever, that sort of can speak to anybody wherever they're at. And so then it's just grown and grown and grown. But it started as journey circles and solstice fires, and then now there's the year-long not apprenticeship, the immersion program, and then now there's a second-year immersion program. So
tell us about some of these programs that you're involved
in. So there is a year-long shamanic living immersion program that I offer, and it kind of is a lot about what we were just talking about. There's enough structure to hold people and guide people, give them some information and hopefully wisdom, about different methods and ways of being, and then time to really explore each of those and find out, okay, does this resonate with me? Give it a good amount of time of like, it didn't resonate like this, but when I bring in this from my culture or my heritage, then it suddenly made sense. And then so it's got the room to tailor it to each individual, so for what their needs are, whether it's how to fit into their life, or whether it's their different cultural backgrounds, this kind of thing. And yet, you know, still have a structured sort of unfolding, and we really work with the natural energies of the year, the seasons, as we go through them. So we're walking a full medicine meal together, learning different techniques, and gathering, and you know, there's healing sessions, there's journey circles, there's workshops, there's sacred tool making, you know, all of this. So
how often do you get together?
Well, we have the journey circles once a month. Then we also have the sacred places solo spaces, so that's another gathering where we're out in nature, and that's open to the community as well. And then usually each month there's also either a workshop, or there's a healing session, or you know, there's something extra. So once a month we meet for sort of like an intensive weekend, and then there's, you know, solo work that we're each working on throughout the month. We have a private forum that we can share our experiences with, or ask questions and things like that. So
do you have a website?
I do. Yeah.
What is it?
It's shamanicliving.ca. For the program, for me, it's threefoldbalance.com for, you know, other things that I offer.
Right.
Yeah.
So everything anybody would need to know would be at Threefold Balance about you, and getting connected and coming to some, because you have your own private events too, don't you?
My private events?
Well, like I don't know, like that you would that you're organizing, or is it all through another group?
No, this is all stuff that I'm offering. You know, there's a lot of public offerings where the community is invited. There, you know, and there's, you know, private sessions. You know, I can come out and do ceremonies. I can create a ceremony with somebody. If, like, we have a blessing way coming up, this kind of thing, and land clearing, home tending, this kind of stuff. So,
right.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you. Thanks for coming all the way up here, and yeah, for inviting me here. It's fun.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.